I could build a house without a been a lifetime trying to get this high. And if her head too big, I could make that pop.
Coming up in just moments from AT&T Center in San Antonio, the Pelicans taking on the Spurs. For the Pelicans, hanging on to their playoff spot as they sit 8th in the Western Conference. Still work to be done. Spurs, Pelicans. And we'll be right back for the tip-off. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and we'll have David Aldridge filling us in from the sideline. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Spurs. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And checking out New Orleans, a few slots below them.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Well, one thing is certain. Anyone who looks at Draymond Green's scoring is missing his impact. Last season, Green had the most 15-plus assist games in NBA history by a non-guard. And he averaged more assists and more rebounds than he did points. And his defense, of course, remains all-NBA. Guys?
What a unique player. And defense is his calling card for sure. David, thank you. Clark, for both teams tonight, unbelievable talent up front.
Kevin, you're right. I love seeing what we have in store in the paint area in this matchup. I think that's likely where this game is going to be decided.
And the starting lineup for the Pelicans, the talented front court pair is Ingram and Williamson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Lewis in at the point. And for the Spurs, Draymond Green is out there with Wiggins. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then there's Oladipo, and it's Gonzalez in at center. So the Pelicans win the tip. Here's Lewis to the inside. Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And it's not everybody who needs hops to finish at the rim. Valanciunas just needs to be an arm's length of the bucket to throw it down.
And he gets it to go.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Ingram. He's a guy that can score, no doubt, averaging over 25 points a game. Valanciunas, good.
And one way Valanciunas generates offense, using that big body to snare the board and keep the play alive.
Well, a lot of teams are going smaller these days, but big man Jonas Valanciunas still earning steady minutes year after year.
Efficient scoring and a presence on the glass. He's able to punish teams inside if they want to play small ball.
Rejected by Gonzalez. Takes it inside. Power down with both hands.
Knows how to run a team, guys, and facilitate accordingly. Rose makes those around him better.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first. Here's Lewis. And Gonzalez pulls it down.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Near the three-point line, it's Lewis. They get it back. Here's Valanciunas. And another shot. He lays it in. Valanciunas has got 6.
already finding his spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
Here's Gonzalez. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does make me look back a little bit, but I could never throw it down like that. It sure does look good.
Here's Lewis, following the bucket by the Spurs. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on it. Way to the free throw line.
His first personal foul.
The Spurs shooting their first free throw tonight. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson Hayes comes in for Williamson. Saransky's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And Devontae Graham subbed in for Lewis.
One shot.
Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Graham, the pass to Hernan Gomez. And here is Satoransky. Poked away. Here's Gonzalez. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And this offense is in a perfect rhythm, and you can see how they're finishing their play.
Boy, this is borderline ridiculous. I mean, every single attempt finding the bottom of the bucket.
Graham surveying the floor. It's Hayes, top of the key. Now Hart. And the Pelicans miss again. That one, no good. And so it's San Antonio in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. And we'll be right back after this. We welcome you back to Noche Latina. Becoming an annual tradition is always here on 2K Sports and always exciting. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for San Antonio, we've got Duncan Robinson. Iguodala out there with Mr. Fundamentals. Then it's Thomas. And it's Bates Diop in at the 3 spot. Kept alive.
You know, at the end of the day, size does matter, especially on the glass.
Here's Gonzalez. An easy 2 points on the layup. Gonzalez has got the lead up to 11 now for the Spurs. And so many teams looking to space the floor. Greg, how many non-shooters can you play and still have a good offense?
Well, I think most teams go 4 out, meaning you got to have at least 4 guys that are a threat on the perimeter, keeping a vertical spacer at that dunker spot. But if your dunker can also shoot, man, that puts even more pressure.
And the Pelicans with possession here, following the bucket by the Spurs.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Just no chance there for the defense. Major size disadvantage. He's got no business trying to stop that slam. Just get out of the way.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Pelicans. Their last encounter was in New Orleans.
It wasn't even close in their last matchup, and their offense just wasn't ready to compete at that level.
And I really think they've got to find a way to produce easier basketball, whether they do it by running in transition or getting to the free throw line. They don't want a repeat of that past performance.
Green, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Williamson comes in for Jackson Hayes. Ingram, he's checked in for Alexander Walker. And Lewis subbed in for Satoransky. Spurs leading by 13. Gonzalez passes to Green. Spurs working the ball around now. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
Now, how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Now here's Ingram. No points in the game yet for him. Valanciunas finds Ingram. Lewis outside. Shot clock at 6. It's up a 3. It's good, and the San Antonio lead is cut down to 12 on the bucket from Ingram.
Since being traded in 2019, Brandon Ingram has really increased his three-point attempt. His percentages have gone up, too.
Gonzalez down low, guarded by Valanciunas, and he comes up with the deuce.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
That's not the kind of streak you want to be part of defensively. Tighten it up, fellas.
Draymond Green. That's his first person.
Pelicans shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
At the line for the Pelicans, Tyler Lewis Jr. At the line for 2.
And the first one drops. Josh Hart, he's checked in for the Pelicans. That one is no good.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Wiggins against Ingram. Shoots over Gonzalez, and it's Ingram missing. Outside Gonzalez. And that one drops for him. Gonzalez has got 29 in the game.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And so it's San Antonio, feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. We come back right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny, how'd you feel about it?
They're going right to the rim, finishing every chance they get. The D was helpless trying to stop them and beating them inside. I love the relentlessness and the aggressive style. This is how you impose your will on another team.
And Shaq, how'd you think the Pelicans were playing?
Their effort on the board has been horrendous. That's a good way to get blown out. Only way they can turn this thing around is to start winning the rebounding battle. In the battle of possession. Otherwise, they're my favorite. Avocado toast.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Mr. Fundamentals in this game, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And so it's Rose who brings the ball up for the Spurs. Their next game is in San Francisco, so a road game with the Warriors. It sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. So for New Orleans right now, Ingram and Williamson are the forwards. Then there's Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Lewis in at the point. Hart, that's good.
You know, getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
Pelicans trail by 17. Here's Lewis driving in. Here's Valanciunas. A rebound by the Spurs. Gonzalez has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one. And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basket.
Inside, Williamson. And Williamson throws it down.
Boy, Hart is one of those guys you look at and you can just see the team is first with him. He never hesitates to find the open guy.
Right side, Gonzalez. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Basically been all him. I mean, he scored most of the points himself.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jackson Hayes comes in for Williamson. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Josh Hart. And Satoransky's subbed in for Lewis. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the leading defenses. Number 1, the Spurs.
Points allowed is one of the key indicators for good defensive effort. And this team does a nice job because they force opponents into tough shots. They don't allow easy shots. They're all on the same page. They're aggressive. They're focused. They pay attention to detail. And for 48 minutes, they're going to make their opponents uncomfortable.
Free throw good, Satoransky. Both good from the line that time. And this August, the Summer League was back in Las Vegas, Greg, and that's where you're from, that's where you played. How pleased are you to see your hometown become a mecca for the game in the offseason?
Oh, it is such a proud moment for me, born and raised here, growing up here. And quite honestly, I'm just thrilled that we have Summer League again. After what we've gone through, partner, it is just a breath of fresh air to get back to focusing on the little things.
Here's Gonzalez. Brandon Ingram picking up that last bucket. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile 1 block.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Devontae Graham's checked in for New Orleans. Two minutes into the second half of play now. Another one falls for New Orleans.
Good luck stopping that move by Graham. Tremendous handles from the guard.
Here's Gonzalez. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists now in this one. Pelicans trail by 15. 44 seconds left in the third. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Oladipo.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Stolen away.
San Antonio foul. Victor Oladipo. That's his first.
For New Orleans, they have shot 75% of the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
At the line for the Pelicans. Billy Hernangomez. 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. A different look now for San Antonio. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Green. Duncan Robinson comes in for Oladipo. And it's Isaiah Thomas in for Rose. And the Pelicans also making a change. Hart's checked in. And he makes both free throws. 27 seconds left here in the third quarter. Here's Gonzalez. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
Ingram against Wiggins. Ingram passes to Graham. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Hart can't hit from in close. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Spurs out in front, up by 15. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. They've got Mr. Fundamentals. Duncan Robinson out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Iguodala in a power forward position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Now here's Williamson. Clock at 4. Yep, it counts.
That's just the pure strength and explosiveness of Williamson. Easily finishes there through the contact.
Here's Gonzalez. And he drops it in from the low post. Gonzalez has got 41.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, I love the fact he doesn't play the score. He just keeps coming, attack mode. He doesn't know how to step off the gas pedal.
And the shot is good.
Outstanding decision-making by Ingram there, working it to the open man. Really good possession.
Here's Gonzalez. Count that one. Gonzalez has got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
And, yeah, he's 280 pounds. We've never seen anyone hang in the air like this young man. Williamson is special.
Now here's Williamson. And it's Iguodala with the rebound. Here's Gonzalez, and he makes that one. Gonzalez has got 45 points.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for San Antonio.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And the wins continue to come in fairly easy for these guys in what's been a very strong year, to say the least. Tonight will push them up to 56 wins.
And once again, they're going to come out on top in this series. 3 straight victories in as many games on the season against this team. They've done a great job of just playing their best when it mattered most against the Pelicans.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mr. Fundamentals.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. And New Orleans going with a whole new group out there. Murphy against Green. Here's Hernangomez. And finished off by Hernangomez.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Gonzalez into the lane.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
And Robinson comes to help. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Green. Clock at 6. Count it.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency. They could have done it much earlier before the game was out of rhythm.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
Here's Hernangomez, and here's Marshall from the arc. Rebound, San Antonio. Outside, Gonzalez. The pass to Robinson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
Yeah, you know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
One shot.
So it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Draymond. When you look at the stat sheet and why things work tonight, what are you looking at the most?
Turnovers. That's the key to the game. Look at turnovers and how many free throws they shot. If they weren't able to set their defense, we didn't turn the ball over, we were able to set ours. Those are the two things I look at.
Certainly sounds like the foundation to victory, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.